Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine holding that winning lottery ticket in your hand. Feel its texture, see the numbers, hear the excitement in the voices around you. Now ask yourself, how would you feel if you already won? Would you walk differently, breathe differently, speak with more confidence? You see, wealth is not something you chase, it is something you assume. The world you see is only a reflection of your consciousness. If you believe you are struggling, you will find proof of it everywhere. But if you accept right now that you are wealthy, the world will conspire to prove you right. Do not wait for the numbers to match before you claim your abundance. A lottery winner does not try to be rich, they know they are rich. And so should you. How? By walking, talking, and thinking as if your fortune has already arrived. Stop measuring your wealth by what you see in your bank account. That is a shadow of old thoughts. Shift your inner dialogue. Say to yourself, I am financially free. Money flows effortlessly to me. I am living my dream life. Feel the weight of financial burdens lifting, the ease of limitless choices. Doubt will come, but doubt is only the past trying to hold on. Ignore it. You are not a beggar hoping for riches. You are the creator of wealth itself. The moment you embody the feeling of already having won, you activate unseen forces that will shape reality in your favor. So today, make a decision. Not to wait, not to hope, but to become. Assume the state of the winner, and watch as life bends to confirm what you have already accepted as true. You have won. Now live as if you know it. The reality you experience is nothing more than a mirror of your internal world. Every belief you hold, every assumption you accept, and every thought you entertain shapes the circumstances of your life. You may look at your current financial situation and believe that your wealth or lack thereof is determined by external factors, your job, the economy, or even luck. But this is an illusion. Wealth does not begin in your bank account. It begins in your mind. If you wish to see abundance reflected in your world, you must first cultivate the consciousness of abundance within yourself. Consider for a moment the nature of your daily thoughts. Do you wake up feeling wealthy, expecting financial opportunities to flow effortlessly into your life? Or do you rise with a sense of worry, wondering how you will make ends meet? This habitual state of mind determines the quality of your experiences. The person who constantly dwells on scarcity unknowingly perpetuates it, while the one who assumes wealth, even in the absence of physical proof, sets in motion the forces that will bring it to pass. The world is not happening to you, it is happening through you. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the cause of them. Everything you see, from the money in your pocket to the opportunities that come your way, is a direct reflection of your dominant mental state. If you wish to change the reflection, you must change the source. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your world will mirror those conditions. But if you fill your mind with certainty, gratitude, and expectation of abundance, your reality will shift accordingly. There are those who believe that financial success comes only to the lucky or the privileged. Yet, if you study those who have created wealth, you will find a common thread. They possessed an unwavering belief in their own prosperity long before they ever saw evidence of it. They did not wait for proof before feeling wealthy. They assumed it as truth and allowed the world to confirm their assumption. This is the great secret. The outer world conforms to the inner world, not the other way around. You must begin to think of yourself as already wealthy. Feel it in your being. Embody the confidence, the ease, and the freedom that comes with financial abundance. If you had all the money you could ever need, how would you carry yourself? How would you speak? How would you make decisions? Begin acting as if you already possess the wealth you desire, and you will set in motion unseen forces that will bring it into reality. Doubt may arise, whispering that you are merely pretending, that you are deceiving yourself. But understand this. Every belief you hold today was once an assumption that you repeated until it became your truth. Why not consciously choose beliefs that serve you? If you persist in the assumption of wealth, it will harden into fact. This is not about ignoring reality. It is about recognizing that reality is fluid, shaped by consciousness, and that you have the power to mold it. Do not wait for external validation before accepting your wealth. Declare it now. Accept it now. Feel it now. The moment you do, your world will begin to shift. The opportunities will appear, the right connections will be made, and financial abundance will find its way to you. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to live in lack. You are meant to experience the fullness of life, and that begins with your own assumption of wealth. Change your inner world and your outer world will follow. It is law. The secret to manifesting anything in life, whether it be wealth, love, health, or success, lies not in effort or struggle, but in feeling. Feeling is the language of creation, the bridge between imagination and reality. What you consistently feel in your heart and mind shapes the world around you. If you desire wealth, you must first cultivate the feeling of being wealthy, regardless of your current circumstances. This may seem counterintuitive to those who have been conditioned to believe that external change must come first, but the truth is that the outer world is only a reflection of the inner state. Most people wait for evidence before allowing themselves to feel a certain way. They wait for money in their bank account before they feel financially secure. They wait for recognition before they feel successful. And they wait for love before they feel worthy. But this is a backwards approach. The law of manifestation operates in the opposite manner. You must first embody the feeling of your desire fulfilled, and only then will the external world shift to match it. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you want to listen to a specific station, you must first set the dial to the correct frequency. You do not wait for the station to play randomly. You deliberately align yourself with it. Similarly, in life, you must tune yourself to the frequency of wealth before wealth can appear in your reality. This tuning happens through feeling, by immersing yourself in the emotional state of already having what you seek. When you feel wealthy, you begin to think, act, and make decisions from a place of abundance. Your energy shifts, your confidence increases, and you naturally attract opportunities that align with this new state of being. Those who struggle financially often reinforce their struggles by constantly feeling anxious, desperate, or unworthy of wealth. Their emotions create a self-fulfilling cycle, keeping them trapped in lack. But the moment they break free from this cycle and assume the feeling of financial ease, the outer world begins to rearrange itself in accordance with their new belief. To manifest wealth, one must go beyond mere thoughts and affirmations. While repeating "I am rich" may be helpful, it will not produce results unless it is accompanied by genuine feeling. Words without emotion are empty, but words charged with belief and conviction have the power to reshape reality. The key is to immerse yourself so deeply in the feeling of abundance that it becomes your natural state, regardless of external conditions. Imagine for a moment that you already possess immense wealth. Close your eyes and feel the sense of freedom, security, and joy that comes with financial abundance. How does it feel to know that all your needs are met, that you can give generously, travel freely, and live without limitations? The more vividly you can experience this feeling, the more powerful your manifestation will be. This is not daydreaming, it is the conscious practice of aligning yourself with the reality you wish to create. Some may ask, how can I feel wealthy when my current reality shows otherwise? The answer is simple. The same way you feel fear before something bad happens, the same way you feel excitement before a joyous event. Your body and mind respond to what you focus on, whether it is real or imagined. Use this power intentionally. Train yourself to dwell in the emotions of abundance, and the physical evidence will follow. The greatest mistake people make in manifesting wealth is allowing their current circumstances to dictate their feelings. They check their bank balance, feel disappointed, and reinforce the cycle of lack. But the moment you shift your inner state and persist in the feeling of already being wealthy, the external world will have no choice but to conform. It is law. Feel it first, and it must be. Your current financial state is not permanent. It is not a fixed reality, but a reflection of past thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions that you have unconsciously accepted as true. The world you see around you is nothing more than a shadow, a projection of your inner state. Just as a shadow cannot exist without an object casting it, your financial situation cannot exist without the beliefs and emotions that sustain it. If you continue to focus on what appears to be lack, you will unknowingly reinforce and perpetuate it. But the moment you detach from this illusion and shift your consciousness, the external world must follow. Many people live in a cycle of financial struggle because they believe what their senses tell them. They look at their bank account, at their bills, at their current limitations, and they conclude that this is their reality. But what they fail to understand is that reality is fluid, ever-changing, and shaped by consciousness. The only thing keeping financial lack in place is the belief that it is real and unchangeable. The moment you stop identifying with lack, it begins to dissolve. Think of a person who constantly says, "I never have enough money," or "making money is hard." These statements are not just words, they are declarations of belief. And because belief shapes experience, their world must reflect these assumptions. They struggle not because life is difficult, but because they have unknowingly accepted struggle as their truth. If this same person were to shift their assumption to believe and feel that financial abundance flows to them effortlessly, everything in their life would begin to rearrange itself to align with this new inner reality. Detaching from the illusion of lack does not mean ignoring your current situation or pretending it does not exist. Rather, it means recognizing that what you see today is merely the effect of past thinking. It is old news. If you want a different future, you must stop reacting to the present as if it is set in stone. The present is only a manifestation of where your mind has been. It is not where your mind must stay. Instead of fixating on financial struggle, place your attention on abundance. Begin to see yourself as wealthy, not in some distant future, but now. Feel the relief, the ease, the joy of financial freedom. Do not concern yourself with how it will happen. Your only task is to assume the feeling of already having it. When you do, the world will begin to shift in ways you could not have predicted. This is the secret that separates those who thrive from those who struggle. Those who thrive refuse to be bound by appearances. They understand that reality is shaped from within, not from without. They act as if they already possess the wealth they desire, and in doing so, they call it into being. They do not wait for proof before they believe. They believe first, and the proof follows. Doubt may creep in and tell you that you are only imagining things, that your financial situation is real and cannot change. But understand this: everything you have ever manifested, whether good or bad, began as an assumption in your mind. If you have created lack unconsciously, you can just as easily create abundance consciously. The power has always been yours. Detach from the illusion of lack. Stop giving it attention, stop speaking of it, and stop identifying with it. Assume the state of wealth. Embody it and let the world reflect your new truth. Change the cause, your inner state, and the effect your financial reality must follow. It is law. Most people live their lives moving toward their desires, always reaching, hoping, and waiting for the day when their dreams will finally become reality. But this approach keeps the dream just out of reach, always something that will happen in the future rather than something that exists now. The key to manifestation is not in striving toward a goal, but in living as though it is already accomplished. You must assume the feeling of your desire fulfilled and dwell in that state as if it were your present reality. Consider a lottery winner. The moment they receive confirmation that they have won, their entire state of being changes. They no longer wish to be wealthy, they know they are. Their thoughts, actions, and emotions shift instantly because their assumption has changed. Even before they receive the money, before they cash in the ticket, they already feel different. The certainty of their wealth is what alters their reality, not the external event itself, but their inner knowing. This is how you must live. You must see yourself as the person who already possesses what you desire. You are not striving towards success. You are already successful. You are not working to become wealthy. You are already wealthy. When you assume this mindset, the world begins to conform to your new belief. Your thoughts, actions, and decisions naturally align with your assumption, and soon physical evidence follows. The greatest mistake people make in manifesting wealth is placing their desire in the future. They say, "One day I'll be rich," or "I'm working toward financial freedom." But by framing it in this way, they reinforce the idea that they do not yet have it. And what you affirm as true in your consciousness must be reflected in your world. When you think in terms of the future, your wealth remains in the future. But when you think and feel as though it is already yours, you bring it into the present. How do you embody this mindset? Start by asking yourself, if you were already wealthy, how would you feel? How would you carry yourself? How would you speak? What kind of decisions would you make? Would you stress over small expenses, or would you feel relaxed and confident in your financial security? Would you worry about lack, or would you trust that money flows to you effortlessly? By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the version of you who is already financially free, you shift your reality from the inside out. This does not mean recklessly spending money you do not have, or pretending to be rich in a superficial way. It means internally embodying the certainty of abundance. It means adopting the peace, confidence, and mindset of someone who knows that they are supported, that opportunities are endless, and that wealth is their natural state. When you fully step into this feeling, you no longer need to force or chase outcomes. Instead, you become a magnet for prosperity. You may wonder, but how can I believe I am wealthy when my bank account says otherwise? The answer is simple. The outer world is always a reflection of past beliefs. If you continue to react to what you see now, you will only perpetuate it. But the moment you stop identifying with lack and instead embody the wealth you desire, your circumstances must shift to match your new assumption. Reality cannot help but conform to the consciousness that creates it. This is why the most powerful way to manifest wealth, or anything in life, is to live from the end, not toward it. Do not wait for conditions to change before you feel successful. Feel it now. Own it now. Walk through life as though you already have all that you desire, and the world will adjust to make it so. When you embody the feeling of already being wealthy, you are no longer wishing for abundance. You are living in it. And when you live in it, it must appear. Your words are not just expressions of thought. They are creative forces shaping the reality you experience. Every word you speak, every thought you entertain sets a course for your life. When you speak of lack, you affirm lack. When you speak of abundance, you affirm abundance. The universe does not respond to wishful thinking, it responds to conviction. It reflects what you repeatedly declare as true. Many people unknowingly keep themselves trapped in financial struggle simply by the words they use. They say, I can't afford that, or money doesn't come easily to me, or I hope I win the lottery someday. These statements seem harmless, but they reveal an underlying belief in limitation. Every time you say, I can't afford this, you are reinforcing the idea that wealth is out of reach, that your financial situation is beyond your control, and so reality obliges, ensuring that you continue to experience what you affirm. Contrast this with someone who speaks only in abundance. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, they say, money flows to me effortlessly and I choose how to use it. Instead of saying, I hope I win, they declare, wealth is inevitable for me. They do not beg for prosperity or wish for success, they assume it as fact. They do not speak of struggle, they speak of certainty. And because their words affirm their inner conviction, life arranges itself to match their belief. Your subconscious mind is always listening. It takes your words as instruction and works tirelessly to manifest whatever you repeatedly declare. This is why it is critical to eliminate all speech that reinforces scarcity. You must become deeply aware of the words you use, catching yourself whenever you slip into old patterns of doubt, and replacing those words with declarations of abundance. It is not enough to simply avoid negative speech. You must actively replace it with affirmations of wealth and prosperity. Say, I am financially free, even if your bank account does not yet reflect it. Say, money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways, even if you do not yet see the evidence. Say, opportunities flow effortlessly into my life, even if none seem visible. Speak as though your wealth is already here, and soon the world will conform to your assumption. This is not wishful thinking, it is the law of consciousness. Everything in your external world begins within you. When you repeatedly affirm a truth, you condition your mind to accept it. And once it is accepted as fact, it must manifest in your experience. The world cannot help but give you what you persistently declare as true. Some will say, but isn't it dishonest to say I am wealthy when I am not? The truth is, you are always telling a story about yourself, whether intentionally or not. Every time you say, I am broke, you are speaking something into existence. If you must tell a story, why not tell one that serves you? Why not declare what you want rather than what you do not want? The only difference between those who thrive and those who struggle is the story they choose to affirm. Begin now. Become conscious of your words. Remove all language that implies lack, struggle, or uncertainty. Speak only in abundance and certainty and prosperity. Say, wealth is mine, and let that be the only truth you accept. When doubt arises, refuse to give it voice. When worry creeps in, replace it with declarations of security. The more you speak in abundance, the more natural it becomes. And as it becomes natural, it becomes reality. Your words hold immense power. They are the seeds of your future. Plant only the seeds of prosperity, and watch as abundance becomes inevitable. Once you have assumed the state of wealth, the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Do not concern yourself with the how, the when, or the path through which it will come. The moment you attempt to force or control the process, you are telling the universe that you do not truly believe in your wealth. You are affirming doubt rather than certainty. But when you trust, when you release the need to micromanage, the universe rearranges itself to fulfill your assumption in ways far greater than you could have planned. This is where most people struggle. They assume the feeling of wealth, they visualize, they affirm, but then they begin to question. What if it doesn't happen? What if I'm doing this wrong? Maybe I should try something else. These thoughts are born from a place of fear and uncertainty, and the moment they take root, the manifestation is delayed. Doubt is a signal that you are still attached to the external world rather than trusting in the unseen reality already set in motion. The truth is, your work is not to figure out how it will happen. Your work is to persist in the feeling that it is already done. The how is not your concern. It is the work of the unseen forces that shape reality. When you assume the state of wealth and trust completely, the right ideas, people, and circumstances naturally flow into your life. You do not need to chase, force, or struggle. Everything aligns to reflect your inner conviction. Look at nature. The river does not force its way to the ocean, it flows. The tree does not struggle to grow. It unfolds effortlessly. The same intelligence that governs the universe is at work in your life. Trust that the same effortless unfolding applies to your wealth. The moment you assume the state of prosperity, forces beyond your awareness begin orchestrating events to make it real. Your only task is to remain faithful to your assumption and let go of the need to interfere. Letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means acting from a place of inner knowing rather than fear. A person who knows they are wealthy does not check their bank account every hour, worrying about whether money will come. They move through life with confidence, making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. When an opportunity arises, they act on it, not out of desperation, but out of alignment with the wealth they know is theirs. This is the essence of trust. It is the ability to remain unshaken in the face of what appears to be delay or contradiction. If you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust that beneath the surface, growth is happening. The same principle applies to your desires. Once you have planted the seed of wealth in your consciousness, do not disrupt it with worry or impatience. Trust that it is unfolding in perfect timing. Some may ask, but what if nothing happens? That question itself is the obstacle. It reveals a lack of belief. When you truly trust, you do not ask if it will happen, you know it is already set in motion. The moment you assume it is fact, reality must conform. The universe cannot contradict the consciousness that created it. Let go of the need to control. Release the habit of questioning. Step into the state of knowing. When you trust completely, you move beyond doubt, beyond resistance, beyond struggle. Wealth does not come to those who chase it. It flows effortlessly to those who know it is already theirs. Everything begins within you. The wealth you seek is not found in the external world. It is born in your consciousness. When you assume the feeling of abundance, speak only in prosperity, and release the illusion of lack, the world must rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. There is no need to chase, force, or struggle. You are not hoping for wealth, you are embodying it now. Trust in the unseen, let go of doubt, live from the end, and allow the universe to do its work. Wealth flows to those who know it is already theirs. When you fully embrace this truth, prosperity becomes inevitable. Thank you for listening. Now, go forward and claim what has always been yours.